Southside, Greenville, North Carolina.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is WBIS LP 106.9 FM Awesome Radio. We'd like to welcome you to Let's Talk Real Life with Ms. Nita Manning tonight. We have a wonderful show for you in store. We also have special guests, and she will be introducing the guest tonight. So, just a little bit of housekeeping. You can call in tonight to get involved in the show at 252-756-2008. You can also log on at www.wbisawesomeradio.org and you can listen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right on your device or your laptop streaming live. That's actually a great way to listen to the show. And if you missed the show, you can look us up on Roku TV. You can, ladies and gentlemen, Roku TV, and you can probably go back throughout this full year and look at all the series that we've done, the subject matters that we've covered, and no doubts you can find Let's Talk Real Life with Nita Manning on social media, GPAT23, Facebook, and YouTube, and Awesome Radio, Facebook and YouTube. And as if that is not enough, download the app on your device and you can listen to it that way. So, hey, we're here bringing the nourishment, the spiritual food that you need daily, 24 hours, 7 days a week. All right, let's get started. Hello, Miss Nada. How are you?
Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. It's wonderful to be on the air one more time as we begin this week and this month of celebrating our mothers. We want to make sure that everyone will tune in and have questions and comments about anything and everything, good things, bad things, different things. It does not matter. We are here to accommodate you and your concerns. Tonight we have two special guests that's going to be on the show, talking on the topic of the love of mothers. This is mother and daughter, mother Nana and daughter Sunshine. If you all want to chime in and ask questions, you do like you normally do. And we will also have the opportunity to hear them to respond. So you should be hearing more of them than more of us. We're going to be on the sideline tonight and let this mother and daughter talk their talk on the love of mothers. And I now introduce you at this time. The daughter is daughter Sunshine.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Sunshine? How are you? The sunshine is always out when you say that.
I'm doing well, thank you.
And mother is with her, who is Nana.
Yes.
A very special lady.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Miss Nana, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, good. Pleasure to meet you guys.
And so now we are going to start with nurturing. This is 4 parts to this subject matter of the love of mothers. The first part is going to be on nourishing, which is encouraging the growth and development of the child or children. And now is their time, and we're going to talk and listen and take notes and ask questions and yays and nays. And now we begin. We're starting with, let's start with Nana.
Okay, go. Okay, we will be speaking on what we feel as mothers should. Some will agree, some won't, but we'll come to an agreement somewhere. Mothers and counselors, problem solvers, caretakers, lovers, and nurturers. These are just a few of the many hats we wear.
Okay, nurturing, encourage. As Ms. Nada said, it encourages the growth and development of our children from birth until they are grown and or leave this earth. Okay, on caretakers and lovers. As mothers, we sometimes face challenges with our men or baby daddies, as we call them, feeling left out because they sometimes step out not all of y'all, baby daddies, but we're just saying some of them tend to step out because they are no longer getting the attention they once shared or we shared, together. Go ahead.
Then there is wisdom, which we get along the way. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 13. As a mother comforts her child, so I will comfort you. Proverbs 31, chapter 31, 25 and 26. Strength and honor are our clothing. She is confident about the future. Her mouth is full of wisdom. Some get it, some don't.
Okay. Now that's saying a mouthful thus far, trying to touch on counseling, the problem solving, the nurturing. That the nurturing covers again when we're speaking from birth, from the mother's responsibility, again, the daycare, the changing of the babies, middle school, growing pains along the way. It, it's again so many hats, that the mother, we as mothers take on. And all along the way, there are growing pains, transporting the kids is just it can be challenging. Go
Miss
ahead.
Sunshine, I got a thought, a question
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
I
Go ahead.
just had a grandchild, and it was a great experience. And I was after the child was born, we were, all in the room, just kind of, chilling and living out the next 2 days where the child was going to have to stay at the hospital. When the child when she wanted to eat, she obviously started crying and wanted to be like, all right, I'm hungry now. Somebody need to feed me and or comfort me, one of the two, because obviously she want that attention or need it. That's her way of talking. I'm hungry. Well, she couldn't eat every time she cried because I think they had her on a 3-hour schedule, feed her
Mhm.
on every 3 hours. I didn't feel like when she was starting to cry, if I had a chance to hold her, because we was fighting over holding her. Everybody was in it. I didn't feel like giving her back to her mother when she began to cry because she had just had the child. And the child was full time with her, for those time, but she needed the rest or, obviously that time they spent connecting after
Mhm.
the child was born. But I felt like giving the child to her dad so he could go ahead and start learning how to comfort the child and start his child care taking days.
Well,
My thought is that was a total option to have her do all the work. And have women assumed that you got to be the one to take care of that child all the time?
well, it's easier, I guess, where guys, some of them are intimidated. Um, they're unsure where we have more nurturing,
Skills.
well, it's not nurturing attributes, maybe. Not saying that some guys don't, but it's, guys are more, as they say, the predator, if that makes sense.
I see a social construct that puts us in a position where
Okay.
society says that's what you do. You just go
Mhm.
out and make money, or you fit a role.
Mhm.
But at the stage now, I was with my child when he was born,
Mhm.
so I was there naturally. So I didn't. There wasn't nothing that I wasn't going to do.
Okay.
Now, as he got older, I fell into that social thing. Is hey, you take care of the child's needs and everything, and I'll go to work. And I did that. And And after I kept burning up milk bottles, breast milk, I was like, nah, you went back to work too soon. You need to come home. And she came home and I did the work and she stayed home for 5 years. Till the child went to school. But that was by choice. And I think that it hurt me because when I needed to take care of them, my skill set was off. When I babysit, my skill set was off. So I'm saying, are women doing that to men and making us socially handicapped and then turning around and gaslighting us and saying we don't want to be there when you're not expecting us to be there from the beginning? When the child comes out and he's born, I expected my son to be right there for his baby girl. But if
Right.
I didn't train him like that, I'm like, here, you take the child. She just had the baby. She tired.
Right.
You let her rest. And then when we left the house, I said, you guys take turns. She sleep or you sleep or some sleep, but if we all sleep at the same time, you're gonna get in this pattern where you're gonna. But back
Take
to my
turns.
point, yeah, are
Yeah,
we
take turns.
training the guys socially
Mhm.
just to do that work, and then y'all the only one know how to do it?
Right. And I like that. Go ahead.
I'm glad to hear you say that and wish it was many more of you around to have helped these young men in our society now because of what we're seeing that's going on.
I think it's a part psychological in how our expectation in society. Something else and that I'm still dealing with, and it happens like once every 20 years to me. The doctor was black that delivered the child.
Mhm.
I've never seen a black doctor deliver babies. So when I would see the guy in the hallway, he just didn't look like a doctor. And you know why? Because you know what I'm used to seeing, what we're all used to seeing.
You've been conditioned.
Yes. And it take a big man to admit that
Right.
I have reverse discrimination.
All
But I
right.
kept looking at the guy. He had his scrubs on.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen him a few times, just a few times in and out of the room. And finally started talking to him. I was like, man, if you need some help, let me know. I'll be glad to come in and he said, yeah, I'll let you know, buddy, if I need some help. But it was a condition. And I was just listening to you guys talk about how you were taking on a responsibility. And I'm like, I'm suspect. I'm gonna investigate. So I wasn't trying to beat you up. I'm gonna let y'all carry on. But I wanted to hear what y'all thought about some of the things that I observed. Thank you.
Thank you. Because I like what you were saying. And have we disabled the males to actually step in and take that, that challenge, because it is that, and it's difficult that first year of a baby's life. So I like your
Response.
that point of view. Okay.
I have a question.
Okay. Go on.
Okay, listening at the three of you,
Mm-hmm.
there are some moms that don't have the dad around to step in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mom start from the very beginning and giving birth, and it's on her from that day forth.
Mm-hmm.
The time of conception was the only role that he played.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I don't hear nobody saying there's a role for us to play in the delivery
Mm-hmm.
room. They always ask, and I always ask people, were you there?
Mm-hmm.
There's no role that says with that. It's a role we need to be at the basketball court or we need to be working. Well, he worthless. He ain't working. But there's not even a place, expectation there other than the fact that the hospital we was at, they do have a meal plan that includes the husband. If the lady is there, obviously she get her regular meals, and they do include the guy, the dad. They will feed him twice a day. But other than that, ain't nobody saying, yeah, oh yeah, man. You know, you got to be there for that child to be born. What's wrong with you?
I don't know there, Coach, because as far back as I can remember now, and this could not be where women wanted the men to be there at the hospital. I mean, maybe not a role to play other than to scratch or yell at them, but to be there for the experience, if nothing else.
I went through the Lamaze training, the breathing stuff. They had all of that stuff set up where the guy, I remember going to the health department to do it. They had it all set up for teamwork. You see, so I just think that we might be onto something here as far as a man playing a role in a child's life. And if we set it up from this point on, that a man is expected to be there when the child is born, outside of, the issues, is my baby, is somebody else's baby, that stuff is carry. But if we insert that as a social role, maybe we might see a difference in the 20 years, 100 years. And then it might become cool for something for the guys to talk about. Yeah, I was there when my baby came out, man. I saw the placenta.
Or on the floor and missed it. No.
Yeah. But Miss Nada was talking, though. I interrupted her.
Go ahead, Miss Nada.
I'm sorry.
I'm done. Go ahead. Carry on.
No.
I just take offense to guys, people talking about men, but then there's no place for us. And then it's like, well, you didn't do this. Well, you demasculated me. Or what do you call it? Emasculation, demasculation. It wasn't any place there, but you judging me, But nourishment for the mother is natural, though. We talked about that on last week's show, being Miss Nate, baby's voice and the mom's voice, and all of that is lock, stock, and in perfect harmony of nature. So it is, I do agree, it is 1,000% natural for the mother putting all the software in that child when that child is born, especially, right after it's born, and, and then obviously early days. I digress. I stand down to all your honors.
Okay. Now, your second point about the lack of attention towards the dads ties into some of what we were just saying. But my point was, there are many times, I'm talking today, current events, not 20, 30 years ago. I'm talking today. There are many, many instances where the choice is made not by the female for the dad not to be around, but for the dad himself not to be around. That's my point. Not all dads are like you, Coach.
Right. There are
few and in between, actually.
The needle in the haystack.
And we're talking real life here. We're talking live on Let's Talk Real Life. I am your host, Nada Manning, as we continue to talk about the moms and their nourishing ability and the love that they have with their children and any other relatives or friends or whomever that's in their lives as moms, as mothers. And we're continuing on with Nana and her daughter, Sunshine, to talk about how things are in today's world. And my point was that there are instances that many of the dads are not physically around like they should be. Whatever reason it is, by choice or not, it's becoming more and more apparent that fewer and fewer dads are being involved. Now, some of you out there might beg to differ, because there are instances, and I have seen a few, only a few, where dad is doing a little bit better. And that's a good thing to see, but it's not enough dads that's doing it. Is it their choice? Or is it the mother's choice? Somebody's choosing for that dad not to be around.
Well, the unfortunate part on it may be some of the dads not being around. It could be these young female mothers or these mothers that are chasing them away, using the children as pawns, this for that. You don't, I'm not going to allow you to see her or him, the child, because she's not getting her way. It could be a little of
Ooh.
right and not growing or maturing to a point that it's about the child and not the mother or the father. And a lot of young folk, they lose that focus, and now the child becomes a pawn. And
Do you think? Do you think there are times such as that where there's the lack of what should I say? Talking about the dad not getting the information, not being mentored about being a dad like he should. Something is lacking somewhere in dad's life, which sometimes lead him not to know better, and therefore he does not know how to respond.
right.
Do you feel as though that could be an issue? Nana is who I'm asking that question to.
You're saying something, and I'm thinking about a person that
Well,
you're like making reference to. Um, the young man was with his wife, but the mother was the one that was trying to control their life, her son in law and her daughter. And it became a mess after a few years till they finally separated.
But
But
did he know pretty much what he was doing?
mhm,
The role he should have been playing.
no, he didn't.
Okay.
right.
He get right. He did not know. And the sad part about it, most of the information we were getting was secondhanded,
Yeah.
not even directly from him. You know.
Yeah. And that happens a lot as well. So
Yeah.
there are many reasons why dads don't respond the way they do,
Mm-hmm.
which creates a problem. And as always, the children get caught in the middle.
Right.
Yes.
You're so right.
Okay.
It-
Go on. I'm done.
it's so much of what I see with the children of today, and I'm always saying it, they did not ask to come here. And it's unfortunate that they are caught up in the friction of what you were just saying, the dad not knowing and taking charge and not allowing certain things. A friend of mine, he calls because the mother just walked out on him and the baby, but she keeps calling just to keep her hand in enough. I don't want you to have the medical card or the birth certificate, and it's just messy,
Yeah.
and they need guidance.
Yeah.
Uh,
In that case, look like both parents need some mentoring.
right,
Mhm.
right. He's trying to work it out, but then I say to him, "You don't. You're working two jobs trying to keep your daughter and self afloat, but then you're missing out on her growth."
Right.
Because he's working and pawning her off to everybody, and that's not,
They don't get it.
again, the children don't ask to come here, and we're the young folk not sure what to do. So, like, they're not getting the mentoring. They don't want to listen. So,
You take. I got to say this because I've said it before. Look at the very, very big picture. God is giving you ladies the opportunity and the full responsibility for making human beings. Okay, you are the manufacturer of the product. How can it be that you put in the software, the computer in us when we're born, the emotional responses, the cues, the way we, start out life through the eyes of our mother, seeing things, that up until 8, 9, and 10, when we start looking outward and find that there's a guy there that made us, okay, how could it be that we were so sweet and so cuddly and so lovable, and then once we hit puberty and past puberty, you disown us?
Dirt
You
ball.
just like your daddy, or you are responsible for the software, our initial startup, like when you mash the computer and turn it up, and all those things that are happening while you're looking at it. That's what you ladies do for us and to us. So if the man is not there putting in some of those things, then how can you say, "Oh, well, you weren't there, you weren't supposed to be, but you didn't build me that way." And then it's almost like you distance yourself from us, or he won't there, he won't responsible. I think this. Do you believe? And this has just happened to me. Miss Nada looking at me like, "Damn, he going off." Uh, this. Do you think that men need to play with doll babies? Then you might have it twisted. Because if we don't know how to take care of a child, then maybe we really do need to play with dolls and learn how to nurture a child, because we're not learning it from each other. Because we maybe, I can't say I just did everything with my child growing up, baseball, soccer, whatever. But and then we got relationship issues. But when it comes to the child, it's almost like the woman is the only one qualified mostly to take care of the child. But back to my point, does it sound weird that guys need to learn how to play with baby dolls and comb their hair and some type of nurturing experience so we can have a better connection with our children, so it won't be so easy to leave them with mama, and we'll work out our differences with mama, and relationships will be the stakes will be higher when we walk away, because we'll have a better, a deeper relationship with a 6-year old or 4-year old or 3-year old. How do you feel about that? Do we need to play with doll babies?
Are you asking them or me?
I'm asking all three of y'all.
What you say?
Is it a good idea? I took home ec in school back in the day when they taught you how to cook, had me sewing and stuff. I still ain't finished my apron. But I was in home ec and they taught us a lot of stuff, but they said nothing about take care of a baby.
Well, I don't think it would hurt. I know they did have a program once in the schools where they had to take a doll home like a Cabbage Patch, and it recorded when it cried to make sure you didn't put it in the closet. There were certain things this mechanical doll was able to do, and they were being graded on it. So I think maybe it could work, because it would open their meaning young men eyes that when these children are born, it's not something you can put in a closet. This is, as you say, real life. Going to the bathroom, not leaving the child unattended, just going to the store, leaving the child in the car. No, this is real life. You have to nurture and take this child everywhere you go. Work with it.
Miss Nada? I think I think Nana or Miss Sunshine were talking, they sound about alike. Ladies and gentlemen, if they come back, we will have the icon set up if they're not on camera, so you can see them or see a symbol. Apologize if it's throwing you off. But hey, anyways, Miss Nada, do men play with dolls?
The idea of having a doll, I think it depends. It depends on some variables, in that we don't want anyone in that family or outside of that family looking on to get what they see twisted. Some people will get that twisted.
Get that twisted, like the man is what, taking care of learning how to take care of a baby, or of acting like he is the mother.
Neither one of that. The appearance of, what are they doing to that boy? Why is he having a doll? Dolls are for girls.
Well,
I'm saying this. I'm being the devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. I like that.
and people looking on. Remember, when we do things, we have to realize that somebody will be seeing us. Somebody's going to be looking at us.
Yes.
Us meaning the family as a whole,
Mhm.
as an individual, and somebody's going to be looking at that child. That child might end up going to school at 5 years old, wanting to take his doll to school.
Mhm.
Now, is that appropriate? No.
Mm-mm.
Check it out.
Teenage.
Go ahead.
So if you're going to do this, you meaning the responsible adult, whether it's the parent or the grandparent, the auntie, or whoever it is that's in charge, you have to make sure that that child understands the reason why he has that doll, and not let it get out of control. Because if it does get out of control, you're creating someone that you really don't want to exist.
Mhm.
So look at the big picture,
Mhm.
not just narrow-minded of training that boy to know how to take care of a baby, but make him understand why you're doing what you're doing. Explain it to him each step of the way.
And what you just said is making sure you're training them on how to take care of a baby, not how to switch gender with the mother.
Make them
Because
understand.
yes, and because of that, I remember a scenario that just happened in the room of, and we gotta let our guests talk. I'm sorry, y'all.
I
That
know.
You go ahead.
just happened in the room. I know. I'm gonna shut up. She looked at my son. My son said she need to be changed. Do you know what she said? You change him. I didn't make this baby by myself.
That's right. That's right.
The dude need to learn how to
That's
take care
right.
of the child. It's not socially set up.
Right.
And you can't blame us if you're not teaching us.
I agree.
That's crazy.
I agree.
All
But
right, I'm gonna be quiet.
it should not, I'm gonna say this, it should not just come from the baby's mama though. It should have come from home, from parents, or
But
whoever
no,
raised that boy.
that's right. I got you. But unfounded or not, going forward, I was just proposing that men have more training on take care of children.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ladies, please
Okay.
forgive us.
No, because it's working out just the way it's supposed to. We've had our prayer. Y'all know that. Okay. Now we're down as caretakers. We take, again, we as women, we take care of children, family members, grandchildren, sometimes great grands, if we're blessed and, in that era. And we know as women, if we keep living, our turn will come for someone to step up and take care of us. The old saying, twice a baby, once an adult. But somewhere along the way, somebody is going to have to step up and take care of us. From birth, we grow, that's the baby, we grow, become an adult, and then we start declining. So that's back to that childhood. And childhood, because then as a past the adult stage, you become dependent again, needing someone to take care of you. So that's sort of like the cycle of mothers and completing that
I
cycle.
have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Caretaking, as it applies to the love of mothers. Maybe I missed it, but I'm trying to connect the dots.
Mhm,
Caretaking,
mhm,
yes, is a form of love, of
mhm.
taking care of someone.
Yes.
What are you saying about the mother part of that? Did I miss a point?
No. Well, maybe you did. Maybe it wasn't clear. The caretaking part, again, we take care of everyone. That's
Whether they're family members or good friends, church members, whomever, it's the love that God has instilled in us that we have been taught and learned. That we
That's
just begin to share that, fulfill our goal as Christians.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Point taken.
Okay.
Okay. Next. As we move forward, while you all are thinking,
Okay.
as we move forward with mothers, including us, our role sometimes is challenged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this so that maybe either one of you might have a comment to throw in with this.
Okay.
Because we are challenged as mothers from the time the child is conceived right on through adulthood. We're challenged even when they become full grown, 40, 50 years old. It depends on the mother and dads too, but we're talking about moms right now. We talk about dads next month. We're going to get on them next month. But these mothers have a full-time responsibility. And talking about today's current times, we are challenged in many areas today that we were not challenged in back in our day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because why? Times have changed, yes,
Mhm.
but I think also the way of living has changed. The things that come about in today's times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
The way things are done have changed. The food has changed, and the milk, I always say it's in the milk. Because everybody's been drinking the milk and drinking the water. Something has got into these bodies today that has caused all of these challenges to come forth, unlike it was back in the day.
Right.
So much so it creates a lot of havoc in the family, and it causes division all over the place. Some of the children are not even speaking to mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what moms have to realize is, well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. But a lot of our children don't look at it that way.
No, they don't.
And so it puts us as adults, not just mothers, but as adults, those out there that don't have any children, looking on to the children that are out there, out and about, from school age right on through adulthood. I've heard many of them say, what happened to the children? Something went wrong.
Yes.
Comments or questions?
Good.
Comment that you're telling the truth. It's sad, but it's true. We see so many changes and wondering what kind of world is this coming to, or what kind of weed they're smoking, or whatever. It's just, it's crazy.
What has happened?
And you get to the point where many adults are saying, well, if we can't do nothing with them, just let them do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you continue to let them do what they want to do, that is not going to help the society to get any better.
No, it's not.
So someone's, with a plural, S, someone's need to, or should, I should say, should step up, get a group together. And I'm pretty sure there are some groups in some towns that are already put together that's making a difference in their particular community. But it's not enough communities that are taking on the challenge.
That's right.
And one person can't do it all.
Mm-mm.
It takes one person to start it,
Mm-hmm.
but then that one person have to take on the responsibility of getting everybody else to buy into it.
Right.
Nada goes back to it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Comments or questions? Mr. Coach.
I'm good. I like the exploration of the dynamics. It's talking about the core family and how y'all just mentioned it's not the same anymore.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just thinking of ways to reprogram our children.
Mhm. How do you do
And
this?
then if you reprogram your children, then this listening audience that we have, you got to think about the world deprogramming them, causing them to say it's an individual pursuit of success, money, fame, and fortune,
Mhm.
and it doesn't take a family. And and the way society is now, it's challenging us to say, "Oh, I can do it by myself. I can gain fortune. I can buy a house. I don't need a woman. I just need somebody to have a child for me so I can perpetuate my name." So if we bring the family back to the foundation of church and family, the world is on a different plan that's not so user friendly to the family. It don't really care.
Right.
Many people out there have just that attitude that they just don't care. Many of
Mhm.
them say, "What difference does it make?
Right.
Nobody's going to listen to me anyway. I'm just one
Mhm.
person. I can't do it all." All of those things, and nothing is being done to help the children.
Mhm.
I have many times said that if it was any way possible, I would get myself a building and house as many as I can in there with some help.
Right.
Of course, I'm going to have dependable help.
Lord.
Um, and that's a challenge that I'm willing to take on
Right.
because the need is just that great. This is all expressing love. We're talking real life here,
Mhm.
real life issues. This is all a part of loving
Yes, it
as
is.
a mother, as a human being, as an adult, that caring spirit.
I didn't know you wanted to do that.
Huh?
I didn't know you wanted to do something like that.
For the building,
To have a youth program, I guess is what you're saying, right?
a program, but be able to house those
Yeah.
children and train them, not just
You mean
having
Right.
a
housing and have them sleep there, or you mean just to build them to teach
no, have
classrooms?
them someplace to sleep, to stay,
Oh, a
that they can be
dormitory.
nurtured. Hmm?
Yeah, at a school, a dormitory,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
like college campus.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Live and learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a brave soul, but I have never heard anybody say that. That is so
Well,
original.
Because
no.
it's needed.
Oh
And
yeah. My.
they do that in India. When you send your child off to school,
Mhm.
you send them off as a young person. They stay at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my sister and I, we talk about that a lot too, Vernon, here. Just saving our young people because
So
It's
it's
much
needed.
is
needed.
going on.
It's needed. It's frightening and it's sad. Um,
All of that is expressing the love that we are as nurturers have, not just the mothers, though. We talking about adults, period.
right.
Mhm.
Right.
Because it's going to take more than a bunch of mothers to do
Like
this.
I said, it
Right.
take
Yeah.
more than more than the church.
Right. Right. So if that's any way possible to do that, that's my input on helping to resolve the issue. Put a little dent in it anyway. We have a few minutes left. I think what 6 minutes I believe we have left
Yeah.
before the show. Hmm?
Uh-huh.
Nana and Sunshine, are there any closing remarks you'd like to make?
Other than I've enjoyed spending this short time with the two of you, and
Amen.
till you come up with something else again that we can be joined together for another night.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Would
Okay,
love to have you back.
thank you. You both have a good night.
Okay, Sunshine.
um, Again, yes, I enjoyed sharing this moment with my mom and with you and Coach. Um, Looking forward to doing this again. Also, I'll chime in every now and again. You guys know I'll holler, I'll call in. I enjoy it. I really do.
So, having said that, I just want to say one more time, it's been a great pleasure having both of you on the show. It was
Thank
something,
you. Thank you. And
You're
enjoyed
welcome.
it.
Something new and different. I think that those who out there listening have picked up on some things, and they got to hear more voices than just mine and the co-host here. So that makes it even better. If you all find it necessary, I'll say it is necessary, but please do feel free to invite others to come in and join us. Let me know, and we shall continue with the show and make it that much more interesting. The more, the merrier.
All right.
Right now, we have 5 minutes maybe, and I just want to congratulate you all for doing so well. You just did great. I, I'm so proud of you. I can't stop smiling.
Oh my goodness. Look. Well,
So anyway, having said all of that, we want to pray. One of you can pray, Nana or Sunshine, or I can pray, or however way you want to do it.
Go ahead, Nada.
You want me to go for it, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Father God, thank you so much for this opportunity to have these ladies on the show tonight, expressing our love and concern for helping children, being good nurturers as you want us to be, to love, express the love and concern, to do whatever we can to make a difference, to make a positive difference.
yes.
We can't do it without you, Lord. So we continue to talk about these things and express our love and concern and ideas and challenges that we are facing, Lord. But we know without you, it's not going to work out anyway. So we thank you for allowing us to tell the world about some ideas that many people out there are talking about among themselves, but they are now hearing it from some more people that we all have the same concerns. And if we just come together and just pray about it, Lord, we believe and trust that you're going to make a difference. Help us to get through it.
Yes.
Give us the mindset, the energy, the courage, the words, the
Mhm.
resources, all that it takes, Lord. We know the children are there. It's just a matter of getting them together. But with your help, Lord, we can make a difference. And we trust that you will make that happen for us. And giving you the praise each step of the way. In Jesus' name I pray. You all have a wonderful, blessed Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Same to you.
As well.
And know that you are loved. You are cherished.
Yes.
And
Thank
yes, we
you.
do want you back on the show again.
Uh-huh.
And we will keep you informed of
Thank
when that
you.
time will be.
And happy Mother's Day to you too.
Thank you so much. Take care now.
Okay.
Right,
Good
thank
night.
you.
All right.
Good
Good
night.
night. And so, um, we still have about what 2 or 3 minutes left.
Oh yeah,
Coach, you want to say anything?
Uh,
I think it was fabulous.
nice for
Um,
you.
I hope that they turn their mics off if they can hear me. But I think it was great having them on. I think it was overwhelmingly exciting, because they had a what you call it. They just had me thinking something different.
Uh
That was
huh.
interesting the way that they had me thinking about what just the way they started talking had me thinking about, hey, the guy ain't really been taught nothing. Anyway, it took me somewhere. I thought it was cool. I loved it. Thank you. Great job.
All right. Well, that's wonderful. I thought it was good as well. I think I just had some technical difficulties just now. I don't know if anybody was still seeing me or not. I heard you, but
Mhm.
my computer's acting up. But anyway, we all good. Everything is fine. I too think that it was an excellent opportunity to express concerns and let other folks out there know that we are aware and we are trying, we are thinking, we are praying that things will get better as these children are getting ready to go into summertime now. And this is the prime time that they really need some attention and some activity and some nurturing, some mentoring um, while they're out of school, so that when school start up again, perhaps things might get a little bit better. But
Mhm.
that's a desire that is much, much needed. So that's
All
all I
right.
have to say for tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate it and we love, respect, and just really take to heart this position we have in your lives. Thank you for watching the show. Like, share, and subscribe. Make a comment on the show. We thank you and hope you have a blessed rest of the day. This has been Let's Talk Real Life with Ms. Nada Manning, WBIS LP 106.9.
This is Awesome Radio, WBIS LP 106.9.